Do you ever feel a quiet whisper of worry, a little nagging thought about what getting older truly means? Beyond the glossy magazine pictures and cheerful commercials, perhaps you've noticed a subtle shift in your daily life, a new ache or a memory lapse that makes you pause. And you wonder, is this it? Is this what no one warned me about? It's easy to focus on the positives of later life, the wisdom, the freedom, the grandchildren, and those are wonderful, vital parts of the journey. But there are also unspoken realities, parts of the experience that can feel isolating because they're simply not discussed around the dinner table or on social media. They're the parts that can make you feel a little lost, or even a bit defeated if you're not prepared. But here's the secret understanding. These truths isn't about dread. It's about empowerment. It's about taking control, not letting life just happen to you. In this video, we're going to bravely look at 5 harsh truths about getting older that often go unmentioned. We'll explore what they are, why they're important to acknowledge, and most importantly, how you can navigate them not just with resilience, but with a renewed sense of purpose and joy. You're not alone in these feelings, and there's so much you can do. Watch to the end for something that will truly surprise you about your own incredible potential. Now, let's dive right into the first truth. One that often catches us off guard. Even though it's been happening right under our noses, our physical bodies begin to betray us in subtle, often frustrating ways. You might wake up one morning with an ache you've never felt before, or find that your usual walk around the block leaves you more breathless than it used to. It's not just about wrinkles or gray hair. It's about the little gears and levers within us that start to creak and slow down. Maybe your knees protest when you climb the stairs, or your back feels stiff after sitting for too long. Perhaps you're noticing that your energy isn't what it once was, and tasks that used to be simple now feel like a monumental effort. We tend to expect a linear decline, a steady, predictable path, but often it feels more like a series of unexpected jolts. One day you're fine, the next you're struggling to open a jar, or finding that your balance isn't quite as reliable. This can be deeply unsettling because our bodies have been our reliable companions for so long, and suddenly they're presenting challenges we never anticipated. It can lead to a sense of vulnerability, even a feeling of being less capable, which can be disheartening. We often try to ignore these signals, or brush them off as just old age, but pretending they don't exist doesn't make them go away. The harsh truth is, our physical capabilities will diminish, not necessarily in a dramatic way overnight, but in a gradual, undeniable progression that affects our daily lives. But here's the empowering part. Acknowledging this truth is the first step toward regaining control. It's not about resignation. It's about adaptation and proactive care. If your knees ache, it might be time to switch from running to swimming, or to incorporate specific gentle strengthening exercises. If your energy dips, it's a signal to examine your sleep patterns, your nutrition, and your stress levels. This isn't about fighting aging. It's about strategically working with your body as it changes. Think of it like maintaining a classic car. You wouldn't expect it to run perfectly forever without some adjustments and care. You'd change the oil, check the tires, and listen for unusual noises. Our bodies are far more complex and remarkable, and they deserve the same attentive maintenance. This means prioritizing movement, even if it's just a daily walk around the garden or simple stretches while watching television. It means paying closer attention to what you eat, ensuring you're getting enough protein for muscle health, and plenty of fruits and vegetables for overall vitality. It means listening to your body's signals and not pushing through pain, but rather seeking solutions. Whether that's seeing a physical therapist, talking to your doctor about new discomforts, or exploring gentler forms of exercise like Tai Chi or yoga. The goal isn't to turn back time, but to maintain your quality of life, your independence, and your ability to enjoy the things you love for as long as possible. Embracing this truth frees you from the unrealistic expectation that your body will always be exactly as it was. And instead, empowers you to nurture it, adapt with it, and optimize its function for the years ahead. It's about being a wise steward of the one body you have, giving it the kindness and attention it truly needs to keep carrying you forward. And speaking of feeling things shift, the second harsh truth that often goes unmentioned is how our social circles naturally shrink over time, sometimes leaving us feeling surprisingly isolated. When we're younger, our lives are often bustling with connections: school friends, college buddies, work colleagues, neighbors with young children. There's a built-in framework for meeting people and forming bonds. But as we get older, many of these frameworks dissolve. Friends move away, or sadly, pass on. Children grow up and lead their own busy lives, often far from home. Retirement can mean the loss of daily interactions with colleagues, leading to a significant void. Suddenly, the effortless social fabric of our lives begins to unravel, and we can find ourselves with fewer people to share a laugh with, to confide in, or even just to have a casual chat with. This isn't a reflection of anything you've done wrong. It's a natural consequence of life's transitions. However, it can lead to a profound sense of loneliness, a quiet ache that many feel ashamed to admit. We're taught to be independent, but humans are fundamentally social creatures, and the lack of meaningful connection can impact our mental and physical health in significant ways. It can feel like the world is moving on without you, and that can be a truly difficult realization to face alone. The power in acknowledging this truth lies in recognizing that it's a universal experience, and one that you can actively combat. It requires a shift from passive social interaction to proactive connection. It's about building new bridges and tending to the old ones with renewed purpose. Think about joining a local club or group that aligns with an interest you have: a book club, a gardening group, a walking group, a community center class, or even a volunteer organization. These provide ready-made opportunities to meet like-minded people. Don't wait for invitations. Extend them. Invite an acquaintance for coffee, suggest a walk in the park, or offer to help a neighbor. Sometimes the simplest gestures can open doors to new friendships. Technology can also be a wonderful tool here. Video calls with family or friends who live far away can bridge distances. And online communities centered around hobbies or interests can provide a sense of belonging. The key is to step outside your comfort zone, even just a little bit. It might feel awkward at first, but the rewards of genuine connection are immense. Remember, friendship isn't just for the young, it's a vital nutrient for the soul at any age. Actively seeking out and nurturing connections isn't about filling a void. It's about enriching your life, fostering a sense of belonging, and reminding yourself that human connection is a fundamental part of a joyful existence. It means consciously investing in your social well-being, just as you would your physical health. Moving on. The third harsh truth is something we often joke about, but can be genuinely disconcerting when it happens to us: our cognitive sharpness. The quick wit and pinpoint memory we once took for granted starts to fade in subtle, yet undeniable ways. It's not about developing a serious condition like dementia, but more about the everyday moments that make you pause. You might walk into a room and forget why you went there, or struggle to recall a common word that's right on the tip of your tongue. Names of people you've known for years might suddenly elude you, or you might find yourself needing to reread something several times to grasp its meaning fully. The speed at which you process new information might slow down, or multitasking becomes a more challenging feat. These instances, though often minor, can accumulate and lead to a quiet worry. We rely so heavily on our brains, on our ability to think clearly, remember details, and learn new things, that any perceived decline can feel like a threat to our very identity. It can be frustrating, even embarrassing, to feel less sharp than you once were, and it's a truth rarely discussed openly. Perhaps for fear of judgment, or simply because it's a difficult reality to confront. However, recognizing this truth allows us to take proactive steps to support our brain health, rather than just passively observing changes. Think of your brain like a muscle. The more you use it, and use it in varied ways. The stronger it remains. This isn't about solving complex equations if that's not your interest, but about engaging in activities that challenge your mind. Learning a new skill, whether it's a language, an instrument, or a crafting technique, creates new neural pathways. Reading a variety of books, doing crossword puzzles or Sudoku, or even engaging in thoughtful discussions with others can keep your mind agile. Nutrition plays a surprisingly crucial role too. A diet rich in omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, and vitamins can support brain function. Think foods like oily fish, berries, leafy greens, and nuts. Staying physically active, as we discussed earlier, also benefits the brain by increasing blood flow and reducing inflammation. And importantly, getting adequate. Quality sleep is non-negotiable for memory consolidation and cognitive repair. Beyond these, actively managing stress and staying socially connected also have profound positive impacts on brain health. This truth isn't a sentence. It's an invitation to become a lifelong learner and an active participant in your cognitive well-being. It's about finding joy in mental challenges and recognizing that curiosity and learning can keep your mind vibrant and engaged. No matter your age, your brain is an incredible organ, and by giving it the right fuel and exercise, you can continue to experience its remarkable capabilities. And that brings us to the fourth harsh truth, one that can be particularly stinging because it deals with how others perceive us, the uncomfortable reality that we can become invisible to younger generations or feel dismissed in contexts where we once held authority or relevance. This isn't always malicious. It's often a subtle societal shift. You might notice that shop assistants direct their questions to your younger companion instead of you, even if you're the one paying. Or perhaps your opinions are glossed over in family discussions. Or you find yourself feeling overlooked in public spaces, as if you're no longer a significant part of the active, bustling world in professional settings. This can manifest as a lack of opportunities or a sense that your experience is undervalued. It's as if the vibrant, active, opinionated person you know yourself to be is no longer fully seen by a world that often prioritizes youth and speed. This can lead to feelings of frustration, irrelevance, and even a profound sense of loss for the status and acknowledgement you once enjoyed. It's a quiet truth that many experience but rarely speak about, because admitting it can feel like admitting defeat or revealing a deep vulnerability. But acknowledging this doesn't mean accepting defeat. Instead, it offers an opportunity to redefine your own sense of worth and where you find your value, your wisdom, your life experience, your unique perspective. These are not diminished by age. In fact, they become richer. The power here lies in shifting your focus from external validation to internal strength. Find spaces where your experience is valued and sought after. This might be through mentoring younger people, volunteering your expertise, or simply engaging with people who genuinely appreciate your insights. It's about finding your own platforms and not waiting for others to acknowledge you. Perhaps it's sharing your stories with your grandchildren, writing memoirs, or joining groups where intergenerational exchange is encouraged. You also have the freedom now to pursue passions simply for the joy of it, without needing external validation or professional advancement. Your value isn't tied to being seen by a youth-centric world. It's inherent in who you are, the life you've lived, and the wisdom you've accumulated. This truth challenges us to look inward and cultivate a deep sense of self-worth that isn't dependent on fleeting societal perceptions. It reminds us that your legacy is built not on how visible you are to others, but on the richness of your inner life and the positive impact you choose to make. However quiet or grand, you possess a treasury of knowledge and experience, and it's up to you to decide how and where you share that wealth. It's about finding your own stage, where your voice resonates and your presence is truly appreciated. Finally, we arrive at the fifth and perhaps most profound harsh truth, the undeniable and often unsettling realization that the future suddenly feels much shorter. And with that comes a more frequent, direct confrontation with our own mortality. When you're young, life stretches out like an endless road. You plan for decades ahead, take opportunities for granted, and assume there's always tomorrow. But as you get older, the horizon seems to draw closer. The number of Christmases, birthdays, or summers you have left feels less abstract and more finite. Friendships and family connections take on a new fragility as you experience more loss. This isn't about being morbid. It's a natural and powerful shift in perspective. It can bring a sense of urgency, a desire to make the most of every moment, but it can also bring moments of quiet anxiety, regret for things not done, or fear of the unknown. It's a truth that hangs in the air, often unspoken, making us acutely aware of the preciousness of time. While this truth can feel daunting, it also holds the greatest potential for profound transformation and a heightened appreciation for life. Rather than being paralyzed by the finite nature of time, this awareness can become a powerful motivator to truly live. It's about shifting from an open-ended someday mentality to an I'm doing it now approach. This might mean finally pursuing that hobby you always dreamed of, taking that trip you postponed, mending a relationship, or spending quality time with loved ones without distraction. It's about decluttering not just your home, but your life, letting go of resentments, unnecessary obligations, and anything that doesn't bring you joy or purpose. This truth encourages a deeper level of intentionality. What truly matters to you? What experiences do you want to have? What legacy do you want to create? Not for future generations, but for your own sense of fulfillment. It can bring a liberating clarity, helping you prioritize what truly enriches your days. It's about understanding that every sunrise is a gift, and every moment holds the potential for joy, connection, and growth. Embrace this truth not as a grim reminder, but as a vibrant call to action, a powerful incentive to live with more authenticity, more passion, and more gratitude for the precious gift of life you have right now. It's about accepting the natural cycle of life with grace and finding profound meaning in the present. Living each day with a heightened sense of appreciation and purpose. So, we've talked about these 5 challenging truths: the physical shifts in our bodies, the shrinking of our social circles, the subtle changes in our cognitive sharpness, the feeling of invisibility, and the heightened awareness of time's finite nature. While these realities can feel harsh at first glance, remember, acknowledging them is the very first step toward transforming them into opportunities. It's not about fearing the future, but about understanding the landscape so you can navigate it with wisdom and courage. You are not passive recipients of these changes. You are active participants in your own journey. Each of these truths, when faced head-on, offers a chance to adapt, to grow, and to embrace new ways of living fully. Remember, small changes can make a truly profound difference to your health, your happiness, and your overall sense of well-being as you get older. It could be something as simple as incorporating a daily walk, reaching out to one new person each week, or trying a new puzzle. Every single step, no matter how small, contributes to a richer, more fulfilling life. You have the power within you to not just endure these truths, but to transcend them, finding joy and purpose in every season of life. Your journey is unique, and your wisdom is invaluable. I'd love to hear from you. Have you experienced any of these truths? And if so, how have you faced them? What coping strategies have you found helpful? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your insights could be exactly what someone else needs to hear. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps our channel reach more people who could benefit from this message. Don't forget to subscribe for more helpful content designed to empower you to live your best life at every age. Thank you for spending this time with me. Keep embracing life, keep learning, and keep living your best life at every age.